want to keep that ball away from Derrick Shepard.
Frazier is to the left. See if they kick it to him. This will be Frazier at the 12-yard line. Out to the 26-yard line. Tackle is made by James Dixon, number 86, and Scott Ankrum, number 81. And Bobby Hebert, who had a superb first half, 12 of 13, 97 yards, no touchdowns, but also no interceptions. And he comes back on.
Hey, you know, we were talking about that dink offense or that short offense. Most of his passes will be under 10 yards, throwing right and left. Most of them will also be to wide receivers. And when he is doing that and he's hot, when you let him get in a rhythm, he's almost impossible to stop. Today, he's in a rhythm.
First and 10, New Orleans. Hilliard, same play they opened the game on. And Gene Lockhart gets him up around the helmet. There's also a flag down. Howard Rowe, the official, the referee. Holding New Orleans.
Howard Rowe, the referee there, had half a sack in the first half. Here's what I was talking about Bobby Hebert. If you look, these are the deep ones. These are over 15 yards. You see, he only threw one, and that was 1 for 1 for 21 yards. Now, here's where he does his work. Look, under 15 yards to the left, 4 for 4, the middle, 2 for 3, and the right, 5 for 5. He not only keeps it in that 10-yard thing, but he spreads it around right, left, and middle.
First down and 20 after the holding penalty. Saints operate from their own 16-yard line. Inside again, and this time Hilliard is, or rather Craig Heyward, the fullback, is tripped up.
And Danny Noonan got in there before the play got started. You'll see Noonan right here. He's going to get penetration. Now watch him. When the ball snapped, he's going to get penetration, beat the center's block, and get Heyward before he can get to the line of scrimmage.
Saw that Willie Broughton is back in the lineup as well. He had the jam neck for the Cowboys in the first half. So they operate with Too Tall Jones, Willie Broughton, Noonan, and Jeffcoat as their front four. Second down and 20. Buford Jordan out with a hamstring. Craig Heyward in the line. Hand off Hilliard, goes left. Gets by Noonan and then is spilled as he gets to the 22-yard line. Gene Lockhart made the tackle.
You know, the tough thing, when you're ahead 21-0 and you go in at halftime, it's tough for a coach to keep his team excited. And it's tough to keep that same intensity going in the second half or bringing it out of the locker room the second half that you brought out at the start of the game.
Third down conversion so far. Saints 7 of 8. See if that happens now to the Saints. If they kind of fall flat, they haven't looked that crisp early on. 4 wide receivers in. Third down and 14. That's Floyd Turner, number 88, followed by Andersen. Hebert deep right and wide open. Lonzel Hill turned Albritton around. First down. 21-yard gain.
Vince Albritton's having a long day too. But I'll tell you, that thing all started with pass protection. If you give Bobby Hebert a chance like this, and he can get 4 wide receivers, you see 3 of them working on this side, a good pattern there, working to the outside to Hill. I'll tell you, that is something he can get all day if you give him time to do it.
5 catches for 46 yards for Lonzel Hill. First down and 10. Double tight end set. Hilliard pounds at left guard. And he picks up 5 out to the 48-yard line. Danny Noonan, number 73.
And I think this is where the Cowboys were worried, you know, about being hit on that inside, where you just, you know, just pound the ball at you. And I think that Jimmy Johnson was worried about that pounding the ball at him inside.
Johnson said, I can promise you one thing. Next year when we go to the draft, we will draft defensively.
Yeah, I think that, you know, he's trying to get some. In fact, he's still up for a Steve Pallure trade. The Cowboys feel that that will be made this week. So that'll give them more draft choices for next year.
Hilliard 35 and is down at the Cowboy 49. Just to amplify on that, Johnson said that Pallure, who had an agent whom he fired, they thought they had a deal worked out with Atlanta, but the new agent said no. And now Jimmy said they're talking to two teams, neither of which is Atlanta, about a deal for Pallure. He thinks it'll be done this week.
And that'll finally get that thing over, because he's already made his decision that Aikman's going to be his starting quarterback. Steve Walsh will be the backup quarterback, and then the veteran will be Babe Laufenberg.
3rd down and 3. Saints are 8 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Blitz, Hebert, behind Hilliard, incomplete. And George Winslow will come on to punt.
And I think that's the thing that the Saints have to do. They have to, I mean, the Cowboys have to do. They have to start putting pressure, get Hebert out of rhythm.
So the Saints will punt. Kelvin Martin goes deep. George Winslow, who stood back there and waved at footballs on a couple of plays. First he had to urge Hilgenberg to punt the ball, and Hilgenberg never did, and then the snap sailed over his head, and he punted it 12 yards. This time they get it done. Not a very good punt, though. Kelvin Martin at the 16. Out to the 23-yard line, and the Cowboys trailing 21-0. Will try and get some kind of sustained drive going against a New Orleans defense that has been outstanding so far. Yes, Cowboys get the ball back now at the 23-yard line. 1st down.
Yeah, one of the bad things that happened during that timeout or on that last play, it looked like Derrick Shepard, who had the big punt return, injured his knee.
Shepard being helped on the bench. Dallas was 0 yards rushing thus far in the ball game, and they trail by 21. Aikman will throw on 1st down. Deep for Thornton. Chandler, incomplete. Number 89, Chandler, who has been handicapped with a fractured hand. Tampa Bay continues to lead Green Bay. Roger Craig, by the way, scored for the 49ers to extend their lead. Cincinnati over Chicago is 7-0 3rd quarter. And Tampa Bay leading Green Bay. Jerry Jones, the new owner. He's on the sideline early. Wanted to get down there before Tom Benson, the Saints, got.
Well, you know, I talked to him about that, because I always had the feeling that owners really shouldn't be in the sideline. I said the test will be if you're there when you lose.
So far he is. Herschel Walker was hit near the sideline. Take a look at the blitz on Troy Aikman.
Yeah, this is the type of thing that they're going to do. You see, they bring the strong side linebacker and the strong safety. The strong safety, Antonio Gibson, was the guy who didn't get blocked. They picked up Ricky Jackson, but they don't pick up the other one. See it coming from the right-hand side. Antonio Gibson is free. At least Aikman saw it and was able to dump the ball to Walker.
Herschel has 3 receptions for 18 yards. It's 3rd down and 5. And again, see if that silent count comes into effect. Yep, there it is. Now Rafferty will snap when he wants to. Left side, incomplete. Troy Cook knocked it away from Kelvin Martin, who's arguing for an interference call.
That's one thing about that silent count. It'll stop the crowd, but it really does give the offensive line a disadvantage. Because, as you say, Aikman moves his leg, Rafferty looks through and can snap the ball anytime after that. But the offensive linemen don't know. So they lose the advantage of knowing the snap count.
Mike Saxon on the punt for the 4th time, and Lonzel Hill has replaced Derrick Shepard as the punt returner now. Shepard on the bench with that knee injury, and the 56-yard punt return for a touchdown toward the end of the 1st half. Not a good punt by Saxon. Gets a good Cowboy bounce. Hill picks it up and scoots out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So the Cowboy defense did manage to hold New Orleans, but the offense couldn't move, and now the Saints get it back after a 46-yard punt and a 5-yard return. Season opener on CBS, a sellout crowd for Game 1 of the 1989 season. The Cowboys against the New Orleans Saints, and the Saints have put together 2 long drives for first-half touchdowns and a 56-yard punt return by Derrick Shepard. They lead it 21-zip, and James Jumpy Gathers showing a little bit of pain on the sideline. Bobby Hebert, near perfect, 13 of 15, pops it left side, tipped by Ray Horton, and it's incomplete. Now for an NFL update, let's go back to our New York studios. Here's Brent Musburger. One of those, Brent. I think the Rams are going to play well this year.
I'll tell you, this has to be one of the toughest divisions in the NFL, if not the toughest, with the 49ers, who I think are the best team right now, the Rams, and I don't think you can rule out this New Orleans Saints team. Don't count them out before they get to playing some middle and end of the season.
Heyward fights through a couple of arm tackles and is out near the 39-yard line. Vince Albritton finally made the stop on Ironhead. This is a New Orleans team, John, that 2 years ago had this entire region excited with a 12-3 record. And last year they slumped and missed the playoffs on the tiebreaker.
Well, here's where they get the blocking. See, this is a zone type of blocking. The center, the right guard, the right tackle, they all step out and zone. Whoever, they pick up who's ever there. And then they just get the push, and Heyward comes in behind them. Say, that Stan Brock is doing a fine job today, the right tackle. 10-year veteran. He's blocking against Ed Too Tall Jones. He was saying that when he was a kid, he used to watch the Cowboys and watch Too Tall Jones. And he said then he was a rookie. In one of his first games, he played against Too Tall Jones. And he said, now, here I am the 10th year, and I'm still playing against Too Tall. And he said he has great respect for him. He said, because here's a guy who is a football player out of the old mold, who plays there, plays every down, and always plays at one level. He said, anytime I play against Too Tall, I know my work's cut out for me. Stan
Brock is coming off of a knee injury that cost him the last half of the 1988 season, and is playing quite well. First down and 10. Saints lead it by 21. Craig Heyward comes right and is down at the 43-yard line. Talk about ball control. Again, I'm reminded of it because the Saints are starting to pound again here. That last Dallas possession lasted 29 seconds.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it is hard to have patience to stand over there and see the other team keep the ball. Then you finally get it. You not only want to do something, but you want to do something quickly.
Possessions today, the Cowboys' longest, 2 minutes and 34 seconds. The Saints' shortest, 4:06. Second down and 6, 21-0 with 8:29 to go, third quarter. Lonzel Hill starts in motion. Quick flip left side. Nice play. Another first down, New Orleans. Derrick Martin, number 84.
That's an interesting play. It's a one-man screen where you get a blocker out there in front. Now watch, here's who the blocker is. He'd come in motion from here. They're going to throw the screen to Derrick Martin. He'll back up. Mo Hill comes up here. He becomes the lead blocker for him. Usually it's a guard or a center out there. But see how Hill comes in motion. Boom, he's the blocker right there. He gets the block that breaks Derrick Martin. You don't see a wide receiver being a screen blocker for another wide receiver.
They have the reverse to Lonzel Hill. He's chased by Jeffcoat, and Hebert puts a heck of a block on Jeffcoat, but then the play is run out of bounds. How about Bobby Hebert?
Bobby Hebert can be 19 for 20 today, but this is the one he's going to brag about.
He may have just made the Madden team.
I know it. This block could. This is the type of thing. Any quarterback can pass. Any of them can run. Watch that play. Boom! Right there. He picks off Jeffcoat. That was a heck of a block.
You know what? He's now second team All-Madden at least. You've got to give him consideration.
Yeah, the guy's in there. I mean, the guy on opening day comes out and blocks big old defensive ends. That's one thing about this thing. On the play before, they have a wide receiver as a lead blocker. The next play, a quarterback is a lead blocker.
Second down, 18. Dalton Hilliard, Ken Norton makes the tackle. So third and long after the loss. Norton getting his first start. Former #2 draft pick out of UCLA, who was on injured reserve last year. And of course, it's Ken Norton Jr. His dad is the heavyweight boxing champ for a while. 6'2", 236. 3rd and 19.
His dad, I remember when his dad beat Muhammad Ali. I was down there in San Diego, broke his jaw on that fight. Fun to watch. Nice guy too, Ken Norton Sr.
Paul Frazier splits out as a wide receiver because they only have 3 available now with Shepard's injury. Here's Hebert. He's got some room, but not quite enough. He'll be down short of the first down at the 47-yard line by Vince Albrecht.
That was quite a series for Bobby Hebert. That was the most physical series that a lot of quarterbacks will go through when they're not sacked. You go, you get a block on Jeffcoat, and then you become a runner, and you just walk off and you shrug and you say, what the heck?
Yeah, that's what they pay me for.
Yeah.
Nothing to it.
21-0 at home. That's fun.
George Winslow on to punt. Kelvin Martin back to return. 21-zip, 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. New Orleans on top. Martin with a fair catch. Knocked back. Good downfield coverage by the Saints. Terrific play downfield. Burt Maxey, who grew up and played his high school ball in Dallas, Texas. As a fan of the Cowboys, he wears number 39. There are many elements to the kicking game. John Madden's going to take us through one.
Well, here's the snap. Joel Hilgenberg first. It's just like throwing the ball between your legs, but look how he has to follow through. You see, you just can't stop. You bring those hands all the way through and up, and that gets the velocity on the ball. Then at the other end, watch Maxey here. He has to get down there, get that ball before he steps on the end zone. The whole thing starts with a good snap, then a good punt, and then good coverage.
And as a result of all that, the Cowboys have the ball at their own 4-yard line. We have 5:44 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Cowboys have had the ball for 7 minutes and 9 seconds.
They've only had 3 first downs the entire game.
Now, after a long timeout, the officials have called a timeout. 49ers up by 9, 23-14.
Wonder if they looked at that punt again and thought that maybe the ball had gone into the end zone. Because that was the last play. And remember, instant replay can be reviewed until the next ball is snapped.
Well, they're not going to tell us again. No. I don't mean to be sarcastic here, but why couldn't they have had that conversation during the timeout?
Maybe they just saw the replay.
Okay.
After the timeout.
We'll give them the benefit of it. First down and 10. Oh, brother, Ricky Jackson. Flags are down as well.
I'll tell you, Ricky Jackson came from that outside on a blitz. He was coming all the way, and he wasn't blocked. And I'll tell you, unless he jumped offside, watch him come. I mean, he's the outside guy here. Boom, he comes here, whap, down there.
Defense, number 57.
Yeah.
First down.
No wonder he got there so quickly. He was the guy that was offside. But I'll tell you, did he zero in on that ball carrier? Watch this hit. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon. When you talk about hitting with your helmet, your face, your head, your shoulder pads, your upper body, all your parts, Ricky Jackson did it then.
1st and 5 for Dallas. Herschel Walker, he can't get anything going. How about the gang tackling of the Saints? There are 4 bodies around the ball. Led by Jim Wilkes, number 94.
Well, you know, that's the thing that the Saints have always done so well, is they'll get 8 men up, 8 men involved in stopping the run where there's always one free. They play gaps very well. They're a very disciplined team. And the biggest thing, they're a swarming team.
Herschel Walker 5 yards on 5 carries. Second down and 3. 21-0. New Orleans leads. Blitz threatened by Dave Waymer. He's coming. Drop snap. Aikman picks it up. Lobs it out. It's dropped by Michael Irvin. Stripped by Robert Massey. It'll be third down. And right now for an update. Let's go back to Brent Musburger in New York. Barry Sanders with a touchdown, and earlier Deion Sanders for Atlanta. Here Troy Aikman in his first start has struggled in the face of this New Orleans defense. Third and 3. Cowboys trailing by 21 from their own 10-yard line. Draw play out of the shotgun. Herschel Walker fights for the yardage, and Dallas will sustain the drive. Dave Waymer and Robert Massey.
You know, we talked to Herschel Walker last night. I know that he was thinking of a game that was going to be a lot more exciting than this game, or he was thinking of having a lot more yards than 29 total yards, because I had never seen Herschel Walker so excited and so animated as he was when the Cowboys arrived in town last night.
Only the 4th Dallas first down. Aikman, right side, deep. Nice pass. Oh, what a dandy pass. Kelvin Martin with the catch, number 83.
That is a pass that has to be a touch pass, because that's against that double zone, and he has to throw it not only to Kelvin Martin but between 2 defenders. See the short defender, then see the deep defender coming over. He has to throw it over the short guy, but get it there before Waymer gets there. So he threw it over Massey, and again before Waymer.
Gain of 24 yards, first down at the 41, 3:24 to go in the third quarter. Walker, flag down. Walker is tackled at the 48.
Herschel Walker's working on having more moves.
Holding down. You know, he's also lighter this year, John.
Yeah, he's 8 pounds lighter. They told him that he couldn't lose weight because he's so muscular. He said anytime.
Holding. Number 35, offense. First down.
Kevin Scott.
That was Kevin Scott, who was the lead blocker on that play. But he said anytime someone tells him he can't do something, he wants to do it. He said he had no reason except that they said that he couldn't lose weight. He was 222, so he went and lost 8 pounds. And he says he feels quicker and faster, but he won't find out today how he can hold up to a whole lot of hitting.
49ers still lead 23-21. First down and 20. Aikman pops it across the middle. Darrell Johnson, the second-round draft pick out of Syracuse, the fullback. And the ball is out to the 40. That was Steve Folsom, the tight end. Beg your pardon. Number 85 instead of 48.
That had become a position in the Cowboys that has really been forgotten, is that tight end position. You know, they've been throwing more to their backs over the past few years than wide receivers. And since Doug Crosby had a few big years, a few years back, they haven't used the tight end much.
Second down and 6. Walker, trouble. Waymer comes flying over the top to put the period to that defensive effort. You had an interesting thought, though, John. A lot of teams are succeeding these days without noticeable tight ends.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, the thing that seems to be extinct in this league are top tight ends and top inside linebackers. And I think this is one of the reasons is they go out on passing downs. I mean, the tight end goes out, and the way football's played today, it's like this formation here. They come in and they have 4 wide receivers. They spread it out, and in that formation, there's no place for a tight end.
Third and 5. Cowboys trail 21-0. Herschel Walker can't hang on. Fourth down.
That was a great pass by Aikman, though, a perfect pass. There were 4 Saint defenders there, and he got it through all those guys and into Herschel Walker's hand. Herschel Walker has to catch this pass. But look at this defense. Boom, right there, they're surrounded by 4 guys. He gets it into them, and the Saints knock it out. Most coaches would say, don't throw that pass into a crowd, but maybe if you're Troy Aikman, you can do it.
Mike Saxon will punt deep to Lonzel Hill, 1:26 to go. In quarter number 3, New Orleans up 21-0. Fine punt this time by Saxon. Hill at the 8. Second man down gets him. The second man is Darrell Johnston, the fullback. Saints get it back with 1:15 to go, third quarter, and they are up 21-0. On CBS, that last Dallas drive, 7 plays, most they put together in a single drive today, 42 yards, most they've had in a single drive, and 4 minutes and 29 seconds, longest they've had it, but they come up empty. And now the Saints have it back at their own 11-yard line. 21-0. Jim Dombrowski playing with a fractured right thumb at left tackle. Lonzel Hill in motion. Hand off to Dalton Hilliard, in trouble. Comes back, gets by too tall Jones, and then is tackled back at the line of scrimmage by Everson Walls, number 24. There's Dombrowski.
You know, it's an interesting thing to see his right thumb there in a cast. He had surgery on that just a week ago. And he tore a tendon in his right thumb, and they had to operate, put it back together. And then he's going to have to play with that cast on there for a month. And I'll tell you, he threw Jim Jeffcoat today, and I think with or without the cast, Dombrowski has done an excellent job out there.
Second down and 10, 35 seconds to go, third quarter. Double tight end set. Dalton Hilliard. Craig Heyward, beg your pardon. And the tackle made by Willie Broughton, number 79. That should be the final play of the third quarter, and it will be 3rd and 9 when we begin quarter number 4. 21-0 at the current time. That's the end of the third quarter with our score. The New Orleans Saints 21, the Dallas Cowboys 0. We now pause for a word from your local station. Liz? Final quarter from the Superdome in New Orleans with 66,700 on hand. The Cowboys and New Orleans Saints, and the Saints lead at 21-0 as we begin quarter number 4. Vern Lundquist along with John Madden. Ironhead Heyward alongside Bobby Hebert on 3rd down and 9 from the 12-yard line. Hebert, little pressure, tip. Incomplete. Dropped by Ron Francis, and a flag is down. And now Francis apparently did have control of the ball. Let's see.
I don't think so, Vern. I think they're saying no because it looked like the ball hit the turf. I'm sure it's one that they'll look at, although there is a penalty on the play, too. But I don't think Francis has an interception.
No. Penalty, Dallas.
That had to be defensive holding that was before the ball was thrown.
Illegal contact, number 24, defense, first down.
So that was against Everson Walls, and that would have been contact after the 5-yard area. So that was what the penalty was on, and then Ron Francis didn't catch that interception, so that run after that really didn't mean anything anyway.
That gives the Saints a first down at their own 17-yard line. 21-0. Saints lead it. Frazier, a free agent running back from Northwest Louisiana State, Bobby Heyward's alma mater. He was the leading ground gainer for the Saints in preseason.
Yeah, if you look at Paul Frazier, as you said, he was a free agent, but he looks a lot like Dalton Hilliard. Look at that. I mean, he has that same body type, those same powerful legs. And as Jim Morris says, I hope this guy is what I think he's going to be. In training camp, he's done everything. He runs, he blocks, he catches, he has great cuts and movements, and we didn't have to give anything to get him.
Second down, 2. Morten in motion. 21. Saints lead. Frazier and Too Tall Jones. There's a 15-year bet against a free agent running back out of Northwest Louisiana State.
I know what they're going to tell him when they watch that. Hey, if you're going to go inside, you got to stay inside.
Derrick Morton, the injured receiver for the Saints. They already have Brett Perryman on the inactive list, and Derrick Shepard injured earlier.
We're going to see it here. He's out there blocking. I think his own player rolls right up behind in the back of his ankles. That was his own player blocking against the Dallas player. Then his own player rolls, so he got a double roll. He was in blocking, and then the block from behind is what got him.
Derrick Shepard, who has a 56-yard return for a punt and the touchdown, is already injured, and so also is Brett Perryman. Time has been called. We'll be right back. Thus far in the ball game, Bobby Heyward 14 of 17, near perfect for 126 yards. The rushing yardage all for New Orleans, only 9 for the Cowboys. And Dallas hasn't helped themselves. 1 turnover, a muff field goal, 5 penalties, and 4 drop passes. And one other quick note of a historical nature: the Cowboys have never been shut out on opening day, and the Saints have never shut anybody out on opening day. So either one of those things could happen.
Yeah, and I think the big thing here, though, is the dominance of the Saints line. I mean, all those things happen, those figures happen, Bobby Heyward and so on, but I think the Saint defensive line, or that front group, has dominated the Cowboys front line. And I think offensively, the Saint offensive line has dominated that Cowboy defense. And I think what we see is the score 21-0 as a result of that.
It has been 21-0 since the first half. Here is Derrick Morton, the injured wide receiver. 85 catches in a Pro Bowl a year ago. And here's how it happened once again. Ken Norton trying to block, rolls back. And then Hobie Brenner rolls right into Derrick Morton, and that is what caused the injury. So we'll get a report from the bench quickly. Out of LSU, he and Lonzel Hill have been standouts for the Saints in the last 2 years particularly.
One of the better possession receivers in football, and one of Bobby Heyward's favorite targets. I think that Bobby Heyward will really feel the effect of this, because you always have to have one receiver that you feel confident. When I need something, I can go to this guy. And that's what Derrick Morton is to the Saints.
Floyd Turner has come in now. 3rd down and 3. Danny Noonan on the bench with an injury for the Cowboys. A groin problem. He may not be back. Dean Hamill is in there now, short yardage. Heyward back across the middle. Caught by Brenner, 1st down. Victimized Vince Albritton again.
And how Bobby Heyward got that one off. Eugene Lockhart was right in his face, and he was trying to throw up the field. Watch, he's going to come back. Now he's going to throw straight there. Watch Lockhart right there. Lockhart hits him just as he throws the ball.
Flag down as well. Roughing the passer, I think, is the call.
Maybe Lockhart hit him just after he threw the ball.
Here's Howard Rowe.
But that's tough when you're getting a rush up the middle and you're trying to throw in the middle.
Personal foul, number 56, 15 yards, 1st down.
Lockhart got thrown out of the game last week for fighting on an extra point. The interesting thing is that the referee, John, threw Lockhart out of the game, but he did so only after Jimmy Johnson had told him, "I didn't like it, go to the locker room, you're done for the day." So Johnson kicked him out of the game, and then the official came over and said, "You're out of here."
Yeah, that's such a tough thing, though. I mean, not that last week, but, you know, coming up the middle, you're free, you're right there. The guy is stepping into you, and you have to pull up. I don't know that there's any way you can.
First down after the 15-yard penalty. First down for the Saints, and they lead at 21-0. Turner in motion. Dalton Hilliard for a yard. Dean Hamill, number 60, acquired just a couple of weeks ago from the Washington Redskins. Boy, you look at that Cowboy defensive line now. You got Tutal and Jeffco, but how about the guys in the middle? Hamill and Willie Broughton.
Well, and that's where they also picked up Sean Smith from the Chicago Bears. I think Jimmy Johnson knows that that's a weak area for him, knows that he needs someone there, and he's just going to keep looking at people.
Second down, 9, 12, 15 to go. Blitz. Heyward on the money. Is it caught or incomplete? No, incomplete. Robert Williams defending. Incomplete pass.
That was Floyd Turner, the rookie wide receiver. He's a 6th-round draft choice. Bobby Hebert throws the slant as well as he throws any pass. And we see that. It looked like the ball was on the ground even before it came out at the end.
Well, we'll take another look at it while the officials confer.
Well, there he has it.
Now they are saying completed pass. One official said no. Eric Martin, left knee injury, heading for the locker room. I'm sure this is going to be a case for replay.
I think they're going to review that and see, because there's 3 things you can look at. Was it a completed pass? Was it not a completed pass? Or was it a completed pass and a fumble?
So Bobby Hebert will come over to the near side, confer with Carl Smith.
Ruling is a catch. After further review, play stand.
17-yard gain. And a first down at the 33-yard line. Owner's still there.
I'll tell you, it's a tough deal. You know, it's a lot of fun to own a club, I'm sure, when you win. And when you don't win, and when you lose at 21-0, it's not as much fun.
Dalton Hilliard, Vince Albritton. First down play down inside the 30-yard line. 11:04 to go.
Yeah, I was talking about how the offensive line of the Saints have really dominated this defense of the Cowboys. And they've done it a lot with quickness. You know, I mean, if you just look like here, it looks like the whole Saint team is, boom, they're just quicker to the punch. You know, I mean, they got the thing, they're up on them. Look at there's 3 guys in front there. They got the Cowboys kind of sitting, kind of waiting, kind of going backwards, kind of missing tackles, all those things that happen bad to a defense.
Second down and 4, and the Saints will either call timeout or, yeah, they'll have to call timeout. The 45-second clock was down to 3 seconds. So New Orleans calls time. They stop the clock with 10:26 to go in the ball game. They're very much in control in the opening game of the 1989 season. Injuries today, Manny Hendricks and Danny Noonan on the bench for the Cowboys. New Orleans has really been hobbled, particularly a wide receiver where Derrick Shepard and Eric Martin are both out. So also Brad Edelman and Buford Jordan. Second down and 4 now. Saints, Hobie Brenner lines up tight to the right side. Cowboys threaten the blitz. And they're coming. Handoff. Paul Frazier scoops to the outside. And is knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Hey, Jim Mora was right, Vern, when he was telling us that this Paul Frazier looks a lot like Dalton Hilliard. He really does. I mean, he has the same motions. the same abilities. He makes a nice cut, look inside, and then boom, back to the outside, and then as soon as you can, get squared up again. Got tripped up a little, or that could have been a little more interesting there at the end. Maybe he could have had one cut left.
That's a gain of 16 for the free agent running back. Rushing yardage 129 for the Saints and 9 yards for the Cowboys. 10:19 to go. First down at the 12. 11 officially. Frazier again. Going back. And stops the clock inside the 5 at the 4.
Did you see that frustration there by Frazier at the end? He wants his first regular season NFL touchdown. You want that. If you're a rookie free agent, you're happy when you make a team. And I'll tell you, you're ecstatic, if that's the word, when you score your first touchdown. Here, look, he was looking for one cut, but there were 5 white jerseys, and he couldn't make that one more cut.
Paul Frazier had a year of eligibility left had he chosen it, but he opted to declare himself for the draft this year out of Northwest Louisiana. No one took him. And the Saints signed him as a free agent. They had known about it. Here's Frazier again. Left side. Fights for it, doesn't get it. It'll be third down. Albritton and Horton make the tackle.
I tell you, it was a great effort there. Had he gotten down on that last move, I think he could have had a touchdown. Watch him here. Good block there on Jeffcoat. That makes the hole. Good push here. Now look, when he spins here, if he got down lower right now and got underneath that, I think he could have gotten in the end zone. That's easy for an old fat tackle up in the booth to say what some fancy fleet-footed running back is doing.
No, formerly old fat tackle, not anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, you got there, the guy makes 4 great moves, and if you said if he made a 50, he would have had a touchdown.
Well, it's first and goal. Let's see if they get the ball here. That play got all snafu from the start, and Frazier was going to get the ball. Ball start, offside. What do we got?
I like this Frazier. Ruben Mays is, probably thinking, geez, they put Dalton Hilliard in there, and then they put in Paul Frazier. This would have been a nice day to play. Again, I think the Dalton Hilliard thing, I think, is a fine running back. I think Paul Frazier is going to be a good running back, but I still think when you do that, the credit goes to the blockers.
First down.
Those guys up front are Dombrowski, Jeff Walker, who's in there right now, Joel Hilgenberg, Steve Trapillo, and Stan Brock. First and goal now from the 6.
The poor guy that just got the penalty there is a rookie, number 70 right there. His name is Haverdink. See him, he's a big old guy too. He's playing in there in the short yardage thing now. He just got a little jumpy down in the goal line.
First and goal for the 6. A jumping Haverdink. I would agree.
Tell you one thing, that time it wasn't Haverdink. Haverdink jumped the time before. That time Haverdink stayed in his stance.
That's a non-jumping Haverdink.
Yeah, bodies were flying all around Haverdink, and he stayed there.
Number 70. Watch him. Keep his poise.
He's there in the middle. 70's Haverdink. Right there. He's right there, man. There's nothing going to make old Haverdink move.
Offside, number 72, defense, first down.
Haverdink stayed. Too tall move.
I'll tell you one thing when a guy realizes that it's going to be a penalty, and he had the last one, he's not going to move this time. Watch those two guys. Anything can be going on around them, but Haverdink saying, I'm staying here, and I'm keeping me a tight end here, too.
That's a non-jumping Haverdink. Left side. Frazier to the 1. Haverdink moved that time. So did the rest of the offensive line.
Yeah, I think they're going to just keep giving this ball to Frazier until he gets it in. Look at this. He knows where he's going. He's watching that hole all the way. Gets the ball deep, squares up, lets them flow that way, then tries to cut back against the grain.
2nd and goal from the 1. See if Frazier gets it again. Yes. Touchdown. His first as a pro. That ball goes on the mantle.
For that one, he had 7 carries. He gained 36 yards on this thing, and he finally got it in there. We see what he does here first again. He stretches the defense, get them, then make your cutback. I'll tell you, he's a powerful guy. That was Gene Lockhart. Gene Lockhart had him there, and he was able to get through.
Buford Jordan gives him a pat on the head. Paul Frazier's touchdown makes it a 28-0 ball game. Those of you leaving us will be kept up to date on the score of our game.
Have just lost to Tampa Bay, and the Saints looked impressive. As for the Dallas Cowboys, they'll try to regroup in Atlanta next Sunday. Now, Indianapolis, so that one very much alive, 23-17. Let's send you to Tim Brandt and Dan Jiggets.
Backup linebacker. He picked off a Saint down there that had to be blocking from behind or clipping. He had number 53.
Illegal block, number 53 on the receiving team. First down.
That's who it was, Randy Shannon, who made it out of Miami. Saints scoring drive, 13 plays this time, 89 yards. That is the 3rd very long drive they put together.
You know, that's the type of offense that the Saints are. They're a ball possession. Every year they're going to be the top of the league in that time of possession. Then the swarming defense, and you know, and just pick you and run and wear you down, that type of thing. Look at this. This is amazing.
40 minutes to 11.5 minutes. That is astounding. Out of the shotgun with 7.5 to go. The quarter's half over. The Cowboys get the ball for the first time. And Aikman is down at the 3-yard line. Blank 1. For Wayne Martin it was, number 93 instead of 73.
Yeah, that's Wayne Martin. The reason I get so excited here, not only because of the sack, but Wayne Martin was a number 1 draft choice for the Saints. Last couple of years, they hadn't done real well in that area, so they're really hoping to get a pass rusher from that guy.
Aikman from his end zone across the middle, caught at the 10. Update on the injury to Eric Martin. We are told now from the New Orleans bench that he has a bruised fibula. The x-rays on that bone are negative, but he will not return to the ball game. But it may not be as bad as they had thought initially. Eric Martin, bruised fibula. 3rd down, 11. Ricky Jackson coming. Ball almost tipped and picked off by Vaughn Johnson, number 53.
I think Vaughn Johnson was reading touchdown there, Vern. I think he took his eyes off it a little, not to see if there was someone there to tackle, but he was looking up and he was in the end zone.
Hey, look at his hands.
You wonder what the heck?
Hands, don't leave me now.
Yeah. What do you think? Well, look at it. There's 53 out there. Sees a break, gets a good jump on it. Looked like he just took his eyes off for a minute to see what the end zone looked like.
Saxon will punt. Lonzel Hill waits for it at the 47. That's a poor punt. Hill is down. His knee touched at the 49-yard line. So the Saints get it back after Darrell Johnston makes the tackle on Mo Hill. That's a 44-yard punt and 4 on the return.
You know, one thing I'm glad about in this game, though, Vern, is we got to start here in the Superdome with that new noise rule. It didn't make any sense, and we haven't had any incidents there. And I think that it's something that has been modified, and as the season goes along, I think the officials aren't going to be as strict on it, and I hope it's the type of thing that just goes away.
Interesting, Jim Finks told us yesterday, we asked him how he liked the new rule. He said, I think it stinks, and we voted for it.
Yeah, and maybe the secret is for the home team to get way ahead 28-0, then everyone is in a nice spirit, very happy, nice people. Not as nice when you're behind 28-0.
First down and 10. Heyward incomplete, intended for Turner. Jack Del Rio is going to be flagged. He or Lockhart, one or the other. Floyd Turner, the sixth-round draft pick from Northwest Louisiana. There's a Northwest Louisiana flavor to this ball club. That's where Heyward went to school. So did Turner. So did Frazier.
Pass interference. Defense, number 55, first down.
Bobby Heyward was bragging about that yesterday. He says, we have as many guys now as LSU. Bobby Heyward, for whatever he is a competitor. I mean, this guy is all over the field. He's arguing with his own players. He runs over to talk to the coach. He runs up and yells at the officials for a pass interference. This guy does it all. He plays it, he coaches it, and he officiates it.
And today he's done it extremely well, 16 of 19.
I used to try and do that as a coach, Vern. It didn't always work. I always tried to coach it and officiate it.
Frazier on the swing to the right.
I like this guy. You talk about a guy all mad. Here's the type of guy I like. The guy who comes in, no one drafts him, had a year of eligibility, says he's coming out, still no one takes him. But this guy, you can see he has good speed, he has good quickness, he has good moves, and I like a little smile on your face when you're having fun. This is still a game. This isn't war out there.
That's a gain of 17. 49ers lead 30-17 in the fourth quarter. Our score is 28-0 with 5:40 to go. First down and 10. Frazier, oh, big hole, lot of room. Another first down. I detect some arm waving on the part of the Cowboys. I don't see a lot of.
Well, it started out, they didn't tackle well early, and they're still not. What's your right guard? Jeff Walker's going to pull out there, the left guard. And he got in a block there. See 78 right there? And he got in a block there, right there. It would have been a touchdown.
That's a gain of 12 and 65 yards for Frazier now. 5:34 to go in the ball game. 9 yards rushing for Dallas, 171 for New Orleans.
Well, Frazier already has 65 yards.
All of that in this quarter. Draw play. Breaks 2 tackles. Stiff arm, fumble. Ball is free. Still free. No one can get it. I think the Saints finally got it back.
I think Floyd Turner ended up with it. There's a flag. I think there was a fight on. I think Floyd Turner did end up with it, his fellow rookie. Number 88. The other Northwestern player.
We got offsetting personal fouls, defense, and offense. Right here.
That's still a stupid penalty. They just don't talk about it as much as they used to.
New rule now, they don't give the names.
Yeah. Here he's all right now. Now, he probably should have turned up there and just taken a loss. Now, again, that's easy for me to say. But he gets the fumble, tries to recover, kicks it out. Now, watch, 88 is going to jump in there. Right there, Norton had it, comes out of him. Now, watch the play there. Turner makes it there. Now he finally gets it and jumps on it. That's what I'm saying. Fellow rookie recovers it for him. Fellow rookie from the same college.
That may not be the lead, but that's a candidate for the football Pollies. 2nd and 27. 4:58 to go in the ball game. 28-0. Heyward up the middle. Another fumble. Let's go for it again. Nobody can hang on to it. Who got it? It's like that old game they used to play with a greased pig at the county fair. Cowboys get it.
Well, Frazier fumbles on one play, then Craig Heyward comes in and fumbles on this one. He has a hole there. He's making a move there, makes a nice move, started to protect the ball, then took it out, and the ball was just knocked out of his hands by Vince Albritton. Albritton came in and shot that right hand and knocked it right out of his hand.
Everson Walls thought he had it, couldn't hang on. Lonzel Hill has it right there.
Anything that is shaped in the form of a spheroid is hard to pick up.
Now the crowd decides to exercise its lungs just to see if they can affect the play.
They want to see what they can register in the meter.
Aikman hit as he lets it go. Incomplete. Oh, did he take a shot from Jim Wilkes?
You're right. That's a tough one because the quarterback, again, can't be in a protective mode. He has to step up. Watch him. He has to step and throw. And as they stepping and throwing, he's stepping right into Jim Wilkes, the rush.
Second down and 10, 4:37 to go. That's caught by Kevin Scott, and he gets a gain of about 6. It'll be third down and 4. Under pressure this afternoon.
That's why they pay him $11 million. He's been sacked twice, hurried 8 times, knocked down 3 times, had 4 batted balls. That's a long first game for a rookie.
Third and 6. Kelvin Martin. That is not going to be enough for the first down, I don't believe. Wayne Martin put the pressure on Aikman. See where they spot this ball and if it is a first down.
Well, they had 3 of them there chasing Aikman on that play. He's just running for his life now. And I go back to the same thing. It's the dominance of the lines. It's the rush of the Saints, and it's the blocking of the Saints offense that won this game.
Again, the Saints have never shut anybody out on opening day, and the Cowboys have never been shut out on opening day. The Rams win. Phoenix leading Detroit in the 4th quarter.
It was interesting. Jim Mora didn't work his team as hard this summer in training camp, and he was hoping that it gets 2 things for him. One is a fresher start, but more important than that will be a strong finish. He felt that he beat his guys up too much, worked them too hard, and in the second half of the season, they just didn't have anything left in their bodies. So whatever the approach, it sure looks like it's working this first game of the season.
Well, the Saints got off to that 7-1 start last year, then lost back-to-back games, came back and won a couple, then lost 3 of their last 4 games, and wound up knocked out of the playoffs because they lost a tiebreaker. They finished 10-6. It was a first down. Here's a screen pass. Herschel Walker gets by Brett Maxey. And then Maxey catches up and...
Yeah, we were talking last night to Herschel Walker and to Jimmy Johnson. They were thinking that Herschel should probably touch the ball about 30 times. But look here, see the time of possession, the thing that goes with that is you don't have the ball many times. They only had the ball 40 times. The Saints have had it 63. So then after the game, you say, well, why didn't they give it to Herschel more? Why didn't they pass more? Why didn't they get it to this guy? When you only have it 40 times, you have to divide all your players into 40. You would like to have 70 or 80 play.
Right. First and 10, 3:29 to go. Kevin Scott. Clock keeps running. He is inbounds. And down at about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, the other thing that time of possession does, it keeps your defense fresh. Just look at this Saint defense. They've been swarming all day. I mean, here it is, 3 minutes left to go, and they got guys diving all over the field.
Under 3 minutes now. Aikman, right side. Oh, fine pass, and what a timing pattern. That ball was only 5 yards, it seemed, away from Urban when he made his turn.
It looked like a ball that Aikman just drops in Urban's hands, doesn't it? Watch him. He's right there in the sideline. He has to stay in, and he just dropped it in there. That's a perfect throw.
That's got to be one of the tough throws a quarterback makes.
Aikman has made some tough throws today. Aikman has made some great throws today. It's not going to look like it statistically.
Brian Ford hurries on, hurries off. Aikman, 167 yards. First down 10. That last play was just terrific. Michael Urban, Troy Aikman, first down and 10. Blitz. Incomplete. Clock stops at 2:45 to go. Walter Johnson, number 90.
He was the guy that rushed him. Walter Johnson had a free shot at him and misses him. Watch, he's going to come from the outside right here at the bottom of the screen. Watch him there. He has a free shot. Whoa! Aikman gets away and gets rid of that ball. But Johnson still wants him. Talk about a frustrating thing for a defensive guy is to get the guy having zeroed in, then miss him, then have to chase him.
Second down, 10. Cowboys have their 3 timeouts left if they choose to use them. Outside rush, Aikman pulls up. He'll run it. And has a first down at the 20-yard line. 3 long touchdown drives by the New Orleans Saints, 2 in the first half and 1 in the second half, plus a punt return of 56 yards by Derrick Shepard. All of that has led to a New Orleans 28-0 lead over the Dallas Cowboys with 2:37 remaining in the ball game. The Saints working on their first shutout ever in the opening game of the year. The Cowboys were last shut out in 1985 by the Chicago Bears. They're trying to avoid being shut out for the first time ever. And this is as deep as they have been in New Orleans territory all afternoon. First and 10 at the 20. On the draw play, Herschel Walker, no. Pat Swoops, number 69, makes the tackle. Walker now with 8 carries for 10 yards.
Hey, there was just nothing there on that thing. Watch him here. They're trying to open up the formation and then get the Saints to rush and think that they make them think it's a pass rush and break the draw by him.
Aikman on a rope. Incomplete. Cornell Burbage bobbling it as he went out of bounds. And again, Robert Massey in the area. John?
I think Massey has been impressive today. You know, we looked at those updates and some of these great rookies that started, and most of them will be offensive players because you notice those guys more. But I'll tell you, I've been impressed all day with Robert Massey and the job he's done at left corner. Quarterback is a tough position to start in the NFL. Probably the next toughest position is cornerback on defense.
2:01 to go in the ball game. 3rd and 12. Deep in the left corner, Irvin. It's a touchdown. If the play stands, the flag is down as well. There is a flag at the 25.
And that's in the area where they call holding on the offensive tackle.
Holding. Dallas, wipe it out.
Probably on the right tackle, Dave Waddell, who is in there now for Kevin Gogan. Waddell's number 78.
Number 78, offense, 3rd down.
Watch him here. He's the right tackle right there in the bottom of the screen. See him? He's blocking 90. See the hole right there? He grabbed him with his left hand, and you could see the 0 and the 90 come down.
2-minute warning. It's 28-0 New Orleans. U.S. Open men's singles final. Yvonne Lendl and Boris Becker and Bobby Hebert might hurry home and watch a little bit of that. He's had a heck of a day. 3rd and 22 after the holding call. 28-0 the score. Aikman gone at the 20. That'll bring up a 4th down from the 20. 1:42 to go. Vaughn Johnson makes the tackle, and the Cowboys use a timeout. Bring you up to date on baseball here in September as the pennant races tighten. Toronto and Cleveland tied at 4 in the 6th inning. Minnesota leading Kansas City 3-0 in the 5th. The Rangers jump out to an early start over Baltimore 7-1 in the 3rd. New York and Oakland play later, and Boston and California play later. Those are the American League scores. In the National, Philadelphia leads Montreal in the 6th 3-1. Pittsburgh over New York 4-1 in the 9th inning. St. Louis over Chicago 1-0 in the 6th. San Francisco leads, and Indianapolis trailing San Francisco 30-17 in the 4th quarter. The Rams defeated Atlanta today. Jim Everett with a big day. Chicago does come back to lead Cincinnati now 17-14. Tampa Bay over Green Bay, a final score. Phoenix defeats Detroit by 3, 16-13. 4th and 10 for the Cowboys now at the New Orleans 20-yard line. Intercepted by Brett Maxey.
Shotgun, you see Aikman backing off. He's looking all the way out there. Brett Maxey, he's the nickel package back. He comes in with a 5 and 6 defensive back, gets a good read on Aikman. You see, right now he starts to look. Now Maxey can jump. Now he makes his move, and then he gets the jump on the ball and comes up with the interception. He just sits back there and reads the quarterback's eye.
Cowboys have never been shut out on opening day. The Saints have never shut out anybody on opening day. Handoff, Paul Frazier. Robert Williams got knocked out of the play by Lonzel Hill. And Ray Horton has to come over and make a tackle after a 21-yard gain by Frazier.
You know, the interesting thing about this Frazier is they're going to have all the statistics, and he'll probably be the rookie leading statistic guy. And guys are getting millions of dollars and draft choices and sign of everything. This guy's a free agent, and they're going to say, who's this guy? Where'd this guy come from? What are these numbers he's had?
79 yards for the afternoon and his first touchdown. He gets a rest now.
He'll gain more yards than Barry Sanders.
And Herschel Walker.
Those guys have Heisman trophies in their closets.
First down and 10. Flag down. Heyward to the 42-yard line. Jack Del Rio and Jim Dombrowski reacquainting themselves. They were once teammates.
Dombrowski'd have to take them one-handed. You can't use that thumb where they just put the a new tendon in there. I think I'd take Dombrowski. I mean,
I would too.
He'd cover poor Del Rio like a blanket.
First down.
With a name that long, you better have a big bat. Troy Aikman, 17 of 35 for 180 yards and 2 interceptions. One came at the end of the first half. So that's the way his figures will read at the end of his first game as a pro. Herschel Walker with 10 yards on 8 carries. 49ers still leading Indianapolis 30-24. We've got 39 seconds to go. Coming up next, men's final. Yvonne Lendl against Boris Becker. And off to the right side, that's Frazier again. Producer of the NFL on CBS is Charles H. Milton III. Today's game Produced by Robert D. Stenner. Directed by Sandy Grossman. And the executive producer of CBS Sports, Ted Shaker.
This Saint team is getting a standing ovation, Vern.
First time the New Orleans Saints have ever shut out anybody on opening day. It is only the 5th time in the Saints' history they have started out 1-0. They dominate in every possible way today en route to a 28-0 victory over Jimmy Johnson and the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, baby.
For John Madden, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from New Orleans, where our final score was the New Orleans Saints 28, the Dallas Cowboys 0. Stay tuned for the men's final of the U.S. Open Tennis Championships as top-seeded Ivan Lendl takes on Boris Becker. You've been watching CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League.